Hi, this is ronMctube. We're playing Hunter Call a While on PC. Today we're taking our first look at the Smoking Barrels weapon pack. It's just come out today and Ron's going to be taking an in-depth look at it, see how good it is and see what's included in this DLC. Now we've got 3 different weapons and they're beauties, man. They really are great weapons. Let's take a look in the store and see what they are. Now on the rifles, first of all we have got the Hudzik 50 caps lock. Now this is a muzzle loader. There's 3 variations of it. You've got the Lunar, you've got the Soul, and you've got the Terror. They're different colours of the skins on it. I don't know which one I like best yet. I do like the Terror one. The accuracy is 25, the recoil is 70, the reload speed is 5, the hip shot is 15. Compatible items, click this, and we go to the bullets it uses. We've got the 50 caliber mini ball, and we've got the 50 caliber round ball. I've also got a brand new Galileo 4x8 32 muzzle loader scope. Let's take a look at these bullets and see what the differences are. See, the effective range is 200 on the mini ball, 200 meters, and on the round ball it's only 100. The penetration is 40 on the mini ball, round ball it's 30. Expansion on the mini ball is 30 for the round ball, and the classes are different, 4 to 8, 3 to 7. So you can see all the differences. One's basically for bigger game, one's for smaller game. So it's quite useful. There's a brand new scope. We'll take a look at that rifle close up in a minute. Now on to the next one. The M1 Garand. I can't believe this. The M1 Iwaniak, I think it's called in this. I don't know if that's how you pronounce it exactly, but we're looking at the collection one there. It's quite red in colour. Then we've got the reserve one, which is a bit more browny yellow, and then the veteran. Veteran's more like a World War II, how you probably see it in real life, and I actually like that one probably better, but we will use the collection one today because it stands out more. But as you can see, they're quite nice, and it's a big weapon. A lot of people will want this. Here's the accuracy, recoil, reload speed, and the hip shot. We'll have a look a bit more at this in a minute when we go to the range and just compare it, and this does make a big difference, some of these factors we're showing now, the accuracy, the recoil and all that. Compatible items up to the top, 3006 polymer tip bullets, and we've also got soft point bullets. Now the difference in range is they're both the same, so no difference here. I am using the Hyperion scope on this, which I use on all my weapons if I can, and it's good that we've got a scope on this because at first I thought it might be iron sighted, but as you can see, 150 meters effective range for both of the poly tip and the soft point. The penetration on the poly is 40, whereas on the soft points it's only 19, so it's quite a bit of difference in penetration. On the poly tips, the expansion is only 11, whereas the soft points you expect it to be bigger, it's 50. So there's quite a lot of difference there between those two. Recommended classes are both the same, 4 to 8. Right, on to our third and final weapon in the pack, and it's a shotgun. It is the Miller Model 1891, and we've got 3 different kinds. We've got the Deputy, the Rancher, and the Sheriff. Here we go. It's a lever action shotgun. The accuracy is 33, recoil 82, reload speed is 69, so it's really quick at reloading, and hip shot is 88. So let's have a look at the compatible items for this. I do like this bottom one here, the Sheriff one. I think that's what most people use. It's got a nice engraved one, but that is quite nice as well. It looks a bit sort of like Winchester-y lever action, so that would be quite popular as well. But here's the bullets for it. We've got birdshot, 10 gauge brass birdshot, we've got 10 gauge brass buckshot and 10 gauge brass slug. Now it's going to be interesting with the slug shots, especially on big stuff. Can't wait to get to use that. But let's have a look at the comparisons. Effective range 25 meters for the birdshot, buckshot is the same, but the brass ones are 50, so they double the effective range. Let's look at the penetration, 0, 0. Oh, it's 5 on that one, and 45. So as you can see, as you put the bigger stuff in, it makes a big difference. The expansion 0, 0, 22 on the expansion of the slugs, and the recommended classes is 1, 4 to 7 and 6 to 9. So they cover a lot of areas with this, but I think a lot of people will probably use that for big game, and that's what I'm going to do with it, especially attacking game. That's where I think the fast reload could come into to save your life. Basically, it could come in handy. Right, let's go off to the range. We're going to check out the M1 Garand first, because I want to see what the recoil's like on this. I am going to be comparing it against the 3006 as well, because I want to see what are the advantages of the M1 over the 3006. I would do the 7mm, which is what I normally carry for medium sized game, up to decent sized game, but the thing with that is it's only like a one bullet, so the 3006 is probably the best comparison gun to do it with, and they're very similar damage wise and what they can shoot. So I've got a 35m target. It doesn't seem like much, but we're going to compare them without the scope on for a start. We'll do the M1 Garand and then we'll do the 3006. So I'm going to try and hit them as accurate as I can, quick as can, on target. And as you can see, it's quite hard to accurately do it fast with the M1 Garand, which I'm quite surprised about, because it's normally quite a low recoil gun. The 3006 is quicker, less recoil, and easy to use. Right, let's try the M1 Garand one more time, because I've only used it once, and let's see if we can do it better. Kick, too much. Expect a kick, the vertical kick is still a little high. And the 3006 has got lower recoil. I'll show you that in a minute. It actually says so in the stats, so you can feel it when you use it. So the sound of the M1 is brilliant. You've got the beautiful ping. I'll show you that a bit later as well. It won't do that at the shooting range because we're constantly shooting. It doesn't do the ammo. So here we go. Look, M1. Let's look at the stats. The accuracy is 35. 3006 is 35. So the level. The recoil for the M1 is 82. 3006 is 80, so it's less by 2. Reload speed on the M1, so look at that, 49 versus 49 on the 3006. It's very close. Stats are almost identical. Let's have a look at the hip shot, and the hip shot is identical as well. So the only real difference is the recoil is sort of better on the 3006. Now the only proof in the pudding we've got with this, or could be differences, is the bullets, because you've got polymer tips and then you've got like soft points via both of them. So this sort of is a sort of thing, but you know what, when we go out and actually test them, that's when we're going to see the real difference. Now here's with scope on, and you can see the kick. Look at the kick with the scope on. This is where you really see the difference. Just look how I have to control this to get down to take another shot quick. It's supposed to be a semi-automatic rifle, yeah? So I'm not so sure about that yet. Now let's do the 3006. Look how easy that is and how different it is in comparison. The 3006 is a steadier gun. So it's going to be a toss-up between the 3006 7mm and the M1 Garand, to which you use. It depends what you're doing, but the M1 Garand definitely has the worst recoil over the 3006. So it's not really winning there, but the power could seem a lot better when you're actually hunting with it, and that's what we're going to try in the wild in a minute. And let's have a look at the 50 caps lock muzzle loader on the range. We're just going to fire one shot, see what it's like. The smoke is brilliant on that. I cannot fault that one bit. The animation is great. I love the detail they put into the 50 cap muzzle loader. It's brilliant. So that's going to be lots of fun to hunt with. Can't wait to see how powerful it is and what range you can kind of kill stuff with. That's going to be the real interesting thing with that weapon. Let's have a look at our new shotgun, the 10 gauge lever action. You know what? This could be the start of the people. I like the sound of it. It's really easy to use, even though it ain't got a sight. It's fun, become a permanent item in Ron's inventory. So let's go and hunt for real with these guns now. We've had a look at how they are on the targets. Have a look at some real life targets, and let's try some species out. M1's up first. Now we're on Parque Fernando at one of my favourite spots for puma and mule deer. And we've got 2 pumas. They're just sitting chilling. They're going to get a wake up call from the M1. They're about 250 meters. Look at that, straight down, done, no movement. So I'm impressed with that already. The one is the same. It's run, but that's a similar sort of shot, and that's dead as well. So they've died pretty quick. So I'm quite impressed with that already. 250 meters sort of distance, and they was done almost instantly. So that's not bad. We'll collect the pumas, have a look at them. They're not very big ones, but we're just more or less looking at how easy it is to use. As you can see, heart lung shots, instantly dead. 236 meters, didn't even move. So I'm really happy with that. That's what I'm really wanting to see, is when I'm actually hunting with them, what they're like. Targets will tell you some things, but when you're actually using them, sometimes there's a bit more to the story than meets the eye. And the M1 seems to have a little bit of extra, I don't know, power about it for killing animals, which could win over the 3006. That's what we're going to be looking at, especially when we shoot a long range distance like I'm going to do now. This spot is one of my favourite spots in the Hunter Quarter Wild. It's top right of the map on the railway. It's 7:45 in the morning. It's absolutely beautiful. It's the views why I like this spot, also because of the long distance potential here. It's easy to look around everywhere, and I've done quite a few videos on this, some before the game was even out. Yukon Valley, I was invited to do early footage, and I was doing footage of this spot, and like I say, it's a brilliant spot. So check out some of those if you haven't seen them, but it's great for long distance, and it's great for caribou and moose. Bears also underneath the railway, and one of the reasons I like it is because there's a train that comes about 7:45 to 7:50 on it as well, so you've got to watch out for that while you're hunting. But it's just great for long shots and a lot of animals. And as usual with YouTube or streaming live, you go live or you start your YouTube, and guess what happens? You come to that magical spot that's got 100 animals there every time, and look, there's nothing here. Well, there isn't yet. It's probably because I've come a little earlier. But if you come about 7:50, 7:45 for the train, there is normally animals there. So I'll just wait a few minutes, and the animals should hopefully come down to the water, and we can get some long shots with the M1, because that's what I want to try. I want to see how powerful the M1 is at long distance. It's alright having 150 meter shots, but when you're talking 350 meter shots, then we're in a different ballpark altogether. So there they are. They're just coming down, the caribou. Where you been? Ron's been waiting. I've been dicing with death with trains and waiting for caribou to come, and you're late. You're late to your own funeral. I would be, wouldn't you? You know you're going to get shot with an M1 Garand. You're not going to be on time, are you? Right. So here we go. Nearly 300 meters. That's okay, isn't it? I want one at least 3,500. That's what we'll hopefully get. So here we go. That's perfect. Set up, and let's see how quick it dies. And that's dead. So that's not far, is it? That's quite nice. And that was only 270 meters. So that's pretty good. So we need to find a further one. Hopefully, because we've shot that, they'll run on the other ones, and they are doing, so we can get a really long shot, hopefully. This is what we used to call in the classic Hunter Classic a snooker shot, and it's how you used to manufacture longer shots when you used to do long distance comps. We've got to watch out, extra trains come in. This might make this long distance shot a little bit more trickier. Just going to make sure I'm off the line just enough so I don't run over. And that's good. The train's going by. When he's gone, it might be female Ron. It's a train. Right, let's go on with the shooting. Oh my, they've ran off. Damn train. Right, we'll try and get a long shot. There might be some behind us now. We'll take a look over there. But I was hoping to shoot that one short, and then the others run on, and then try and get about 400. Ooh, just sort of out of range. They're going to go out of draw any second. There's a draw distance, and like I say, it's not high enough to go over sort of 4 there. Right. Oh, look at that. That's perfect. Right. Drinking zone. 360. Maybe a bit over. Let's get a nice angle on it. I like to shoot broadside when I shoot animals. Here goes. Here's the M1's test. The proper test. Long range Here it goes. Aimed a little up. That's whacked it. Is it going to drop? The other one didn't run far at all. Still running, still running. Is it a body? Still running. And he's down. So, there you go. No more proof needed. The gun is good. It's got the legs at distance as well as short range. Now here's our first caribou. 268 meters. Right lung. So there you go. The M1 has got the power at distance. That's all I really wanted to know. If a weapon can kill at like 350 meters, that's good enough for anyone. We'll accept that. Then we'll run on to our next one. A little bit of editing and I'll be magically there, because that would take me about 10 minutes otherwise. Here we go. Right. And there we go. 357 meters. And we got right lung. We aimed a little bit high because of the distance and the drop, but that's nice. So I'm very happy with that. 306 poly tip bullet M1 Iwaniak. If anyone knows how to pronounce that, say it in comments, because I do not. I just know M1 Garand. So from what you've seen up to yet, what do you think you'll be using in the future? Will you be going with the M1 Garand? Will you be using the 7mm? Will you be using the 3006? Drop in the comments why you'll be using whichever of your choice. What do you like about the M1 Garand that you've seen up to yet? The noise, and the power, the recoil. What do you think about that? Is it too much, do you think? Drop in the comments. I'm interested to read and reply to all the people that do comment. Right, on to the old smoke pole. We've come to theHunter Savannah, where this area is really good for Gemsbuck. It's like a bank. If you want money, you haven't got much, come to theHunter Savannah, to this area, this location, and you will leave absolutely wealthy. the amount of money you can get from Gemsbuck in this area is unreal, and I thought it would be a good test, especially with the 50 caliber mini ball, which goes up to level 8, and Gemsbuck are level 8. So I thought, you know what, let's try it out on them. I'm going to see how it knocks them down. And that's the thing, you want to know about how it knocks an animal down and how far it can do it. That is most of the things you want to know about a weapon when you're using it. Reload can come into the situation if you need it, especially in attacking situations, but in this situation it doesn't really, because you're using a muzzle loader, so it's never going to be very quick anyway. So here we go. Here's our first test, and that's front on. I don't normally like to shoot animals front on, because a very little millimetre here or there and you just get one lung, and animals will often run. One lung's good enough, but normally you want two lungs, or lung and heart, or something that's going to knock it straight down if you don't want to run about. But that looks like it was a good shot. I think it's a one lung, because like I say, front on, it's very hit and miss if you get like heart lung or double lung. It's front on especially anyway. So we'll go over and collect it and see what it did to the Gemsbuck. But as I say, if you're after money, Gemsbuck, you see all these guides about what to go for. I'd say Gemsbuck or bison on Yukon Valley, because the bison you can actually run with them side by side with guns, and did you know there's about 50 of those sometimes in groups. So imagine if you take your time and slaughter all those, your quid's in. So if you skin Gemsbuck and the bison on Yukon Valley are absolute minters. Right, let me just get up here, and we're going to try and find a few of these Gemsbuck to try out with the 50 cap muzzle loader. It is down, so that looks like it's probably a single lung, because it did run a short way. Sometimes you always wonder when they run a little bit like that, so have I messed it up and not got a vital at all. So let's collect it. There we go. There we go. It is male, grey, level 4, gold. And yes, look, it's a right lung. So it's done the job. 50 caliber mini ball. They go up to level 8 animals. And that's the thing, some people want them to go up to level 9. But the thing is, if you cover the whole range, why use other guns? If you can cover every animal with a gun, why use other guns? You've got to sort of make a game balance, but that does the job. like I say, up to level 8s, and it can shoot level 9 stuff. It's just you won't get the medals and the true trophy rating if you do shoot a level 9. But I did shoot a lion earlier and it killed its own dead. That's why I'm telling you that, because if you're in a pinch and you get attacked by a lion or something that is a level 9, at least you can kill it, but you just won't get, obviously if it's a level 9, it's probably going to be a diamond sort of close status, so don't expect that if that happens. But it's good to know that if a lion attacks you, you can shoot it just at the spur of the moment. Right, so we've got another gems book here. We'll try and shoot that one. Then we're going to show you the reasons to have 10 gauge, the lever action, new 1891, which I'm looking forward to showing you. And I think the main reason why I'd probably have it, I'm trying to find reasons or uses for all the new weapons. I always do this with all new weapons. I've been doing the Hunter Classic weapon reviews since they come out, and I've covered literally everything in that game review wise, and weapons reviews is what I sort of started. I was like the first person to do that, and I've carried it on in quite a while. That's why a lot of people watch my reviews, because they know I've done it for so long, and I look for always ways and pluses and minuses to things, just honestly what I think is good, what's bad, and just review the item. And you know, like I say, I've given it my best. I've tried to do and show you what you want to see when doing these reviews. So we've got a couple of gems book here, but it doesn't really matter about the score, it's more about showing you how the weapon is. And now this one's come out the bush finally, and he's side on. I get to shoot him. There he goes, look, and that's dead instantly. A lot of smoke, that's beautiful. Whoever did that smoke, that is absolutely top draw. So whoever made that is brilliant. I know someone might have done the smoke, someone might have done the animations, or someone might have just done it all, I don't know. But that is brilliant. So thank you very much. A lot of people wanted that. I also want to mention the 10 gauge lever action and the bullets for it. If you look at the birdshot description, guess what it says? It mentions turkeys in it. So they definitely are coming. There was words on live streams about they might be coming, but there's no definite date. But in the description for birdshot on the lever gauge shotgun, the 1891, it does say turkeys. It mentions in them. So we definitely know they're coming now, which is a good little thing. So here we go, gold level 4, and it destroyed it. That was like pretty instant. And like I say, class 8 gems book, and it does the job. So 50 caliber mini ball, yeah, it's powerful. I wouldn't shoot more than 150 meters with it myself, because it can drop off and the accuracy isn't great with it. So it's not really long distance sniping gun. But this is the reason you want the new lever 10 gauge shotgun, the 1891. Now we're back on Parque Fernando, and this is why you need it, because sometimes the pumas are chasing around water buffaloes are trying to ram them, and then they come running at you and they're really pissed off. So you get one of those, that's what you get. Trying to charge me, you get one of those. So quick blast, and that's one of the reasons why you want this as well. And it's got quick reload. Get at you. You can't believe it, can you? Try and dodge the water buffalo. The 10 gauge saves you. Then a puma like literally mows you down. And I'll try and give him the smoke pole. Where's he gone? What's that one? That's a different one. That's a mythical. It's a bit further and a bit awkward to hit and a bit of distance. So what we're going to do is actually I'll swap to the M1. There's the little rat that's just tried to get me. So what we'll do is we'll swap to the M1. We'll shoot the mythical, which is a bonus because we didn't know that was there. So it's good that actually that attacked me. And that, we clattered that. Is it going to go down? And it is. So that wasn't bad, was it? It wasn't even after that. It's because the water buffalo trying to charge that. Water buffaloes, if you watch them and they're angry and they're running round, it's because there's a puma nearby. And what the water buffalo will do if you watch them, I can't believe I missed that. Oh my Ron, that's terrible. A bit low on it. Too busy waffling. But we have hit it, I know we have. Just watching it, see if it drops dead. Well, yeah, what the water buffalo will do is they'll just try and ram it with its horns. You can see this sometimes when the pumas are near it. If you see animals running off, you know it's a puma, because a puma will sort of chase things or scare things off. So there is our first 1891 lever gauge shotgun victim. Here's a water buffalo. He was unlucky to meet it head on, straight in the skull jaw. But this is one of the reasons to carry it. So imagine Cape buffaloes. I shot a Cape buffalo earlier, which isn't recorded, but I shot it in heart and it was just dead, done straight away. Which is just what you want when you're getting attacked into it. You don't want to be messing about, taking scopes off. And that's one of the reasons why this is so good for attacking animals and big animals, for quick shots, because it's quick to reload and it does loads of damage. And you ain't going to mess about taking scopes off, obviously. So here's another little victim. So angry today. His puma made them mad. So he should be dead. Give it a little reload and we're ready, just in case some more come. But like I say, that's the main reason why you want to be carrying that. There's another one running about. These pumas have really peed them off. You don't want to be running to me, you should run with a puma. So lots of bonus cash. We're right at the bottom of Parque Fernando, the lake. It's really good here actually. I've had some really big diamonds here and rares. It's a really good area, but lots of bonus animals just because the pumas have stirred them all up. So there we go. So absolutely destroyed and lots of great fun. I do like the sound of it as well. It's just such a simple little gun. It does what you want it to when you want it to, and it's very easy to use. Sounds great, looks great. So that's a really good addition. So that's definitely one of the stars of the pack. The M1 Garand and its power I like. Recoil I think should be better. Smoke pole, always wanted that anyway. So there we go, there's another little bonus. Smashed it to bits. So up to yet, I would say M1 Garand, distance shooting, brilliant. The sound is brilliant. It does do the ping as well, like pop out how we want it. The only thing I'd say is a recoil and speed of successive shots. You can't really do more than 2 with it, like accurate, really fast. Now it's supposed to be a semi-automatic rifle, yeah? So if you see any videos on it, it's a World War II American rifle. It's quite flat shooting in controlled hands. Maybe my hands aren't controlled, but the recoil in this, the vertical recoil lift, is quite a lot. So I'm not sure about semi-automatic. You'll probably shoot it singular. It has got lots of power, but I think the 3006 just has it out on the semi-automatic side, because you shoot that, it's easy to shoot. So you probably pick the 3006 over the M1, but M1 for maybe power, especially at distance from what I've seen. So there's our little bonus mythical, a gold. What would you have? Drop in the comments what's going to be your new, if it's going to be new, your choice of weapon out of the M1 Garand, the 3006 and the 7mm. Drop in the comments what you're going to use from now on. What do you think to the new weapons like the 50 caliber caps lock muzzle loader? What do you think to that? And also the 10 gauge lever action shotgun. What do you think of that? Drop it in the comments. I do like to read what you all think. No comments are wrong, put it in there and I'll digest what you say and I'll reply to it best I can. If you want to see anything content wise as well, drop that in the comments and I'll try and make that happen. So we did it. It's just bad shots because I was waffling away, but I've enjoyed hunting with these new rifles, weapons in this new smoking barrels weapon pack that's come out today, and I must say I do enjoy them. They're a great addition. So I hope you enjoyed the video. I'm ronMctube. Please subscribe to my YouTube channels and thanks for watching. Bye bye.